For more analysis on the situation in Papua New Guinea, Bruce Hill presents Radio Australia's Pacific Beat program, and he joins us now. Bruce, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Did you expect it would come to this?
No one expected this. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects to wake up and find 2 governors-general, 2 prime ministers, 2 cabinets, 2 police commissioners, which is perhaps the most disturbing thing. It's totally unprecedented. We've spoken to a lot of constitutional experts. No one can remember anything like this happening in the Pacific or indeed in any Commonwealth country before.
This is almost juvenile in how divisive it is and divisive as a behaviour.
You might very well say that, of course.
I do say that. No, but really, I mean, it just seems just ridiculous for any serious political leaders to do this to their own country.
This is the sort of thing that used to happen in the schoolyard. And a lot of people in Papua New Guinea are saying this. In fact, if you go on to Facebook, there's a group called Sharp Talk, which has a lot of Papua New Guineans on it, and they're discussing this amongst themselves. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, and they're all saying the same thing. Why are the politicians doing this? This is not exciting the people. This is all happening amongst the politicians in Waigani, which is the government precinct. Everyone else is standing by going, what's going on?
Looking back at the events of yesterday, did Peter O'Neill, did the Parliament have the power to sack the Governor-General?
Your guess is as good as mine. We're talking to a lot of people. Some say yes, some say no. But what we have now is a situation where we have 2 prime ministers, one backed by the authority of the Supreme Court, and the court system in PNG is highly respected. On the other hand, you have Peter O'Neill, who is backed by a majority of members of Parliament. You have 2 completely separate and now conflicting sources of authority. They're supposed to work together, and now they're opposed. I don't know how we solve this.
Bruce, let's go back a few steps. Take us through how we actually got to this point. So Michael Somare, he didn't abandon his country, but he left it. What did that really mean?
He became very, very sick and had to go to Singapore for treatment. His family were very close-mouthed about his actual situation. A lot of rumours were flying around. Whatever the situation actually was, it was clear he couldn't really fulfil the role of being Prime Minister. The PNG Parliament met and actually sent a delegation with some doctors over to Singapore to check on his condition. He was declared by Parliament to no longer be Prime Minister. He could not exercise the responsibilities due to ill health. There's a provision in the Constitution for that. Yep. However, he defied everyone's expectations and actually woke up and started feeling a lot better, only to find he wasn't Prime Minister anymore. And everything that's happened subsequently has been because he's wanted to retain the Prime Ministership, despite the fact that the Parliament and the rest of the country had moved on some time ago.
And the Supreme Court ruled what Parliament did was invalid.
That's right. And now we've got Parliament passing motion saying that the Supreme Court can't do what it wants to do, and apparently sacking the Governor-General, appointing the Speaker of Parliament, Beldanama, as Governor-General, and that's how we got there. And some people are saying it's because of Sir Michael Somare's wounded pride. Others are saying, well, look, if the courts say this is what happens, then you've got to obey the courts.
Commonwealth leaders would be pretty unsettled by what's going on. Would there be any role for the Commonwealth to step in now?
It all depends on what happens with the Papua New Guinea people and government, who decides whether to call in external help. At the moment, because it's just the politicians, the people would like it sorted out internally. That may not be possible in this situation, and so perhaps the Commonwealth, some people have suggested even in the absolute direst emergency, the Queen herself might play some sort of a role, but they've got to be asked. No one wants to externally interfere in PNG's internal affairs, but it may come to that if this doesn't stop. Well,
on that issue of internally settling this, there seems to have been rather feeble suggestion made that the 2 men could get together and discuss this and sort it out themselves. In fact, I think the original Governor-General made that request and made that suggestion. Does that seem possible?
It seems like the logical thing to do, which is why it'll probably be the last thing that's tried.
And sitting on the sidelines, of course, is the PNG military. What role are they playing so far?
At the moment, a very responsible one. The commander, General Agui, has said, we are not getting involved in this. We are not taking political sides. We will take orders from the democratically elected government of the day, and until that question, who is the government of the day, is sorted out, he's confined his soldiers to barracks, and they said they'll take no role in this. More disturbing is the role of the police, which does have separate factions guarding each man, and that's a very dangerous situation to be in.
Just finally, Bruce Hill, do you see this situation continuing for very much longer? Could this continue for days and weeks?
Well, in my experience, if something can't go on, and this can't go on, then it won't. No one could predict exactly how it will end, though. Everyone is hoping that it will end peacefully with some sort of a solution. The possibility is, and PNG has seen this in some degree in the past, is that it is possible that it may end very badly.
One quick add-on, that Time magazine has named the protester as the Person of the Year. Will we see the people in Papua New Guinea take to the streets about this?
I don't think so. I think the people are actually showing a great deal more sense than some of their leaders at the moment.
Really good to talk to you this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.